Good evening, and once again, thank you for coming. We're going to begin tonight's concert, as always, with our national anthem, written as a poem by Francis Scott Key from the deck of a British prison ship while watching the assault on Fort McHenry. The words were then set to the music of an English drinking song, and in 1932 became our national anthem through an act of Congress. If you're able and willing to stand, please rise and join me in singing our national anthem. And if you would want to cover your heart and face east, the flag would be that way. In the early 1930s, Jaime Texidor wrote Amparita Loca, a wonderful Spanish march. It became popular and was played by bands all over the world for a number of years, becoming a standard in the repertoire of many bands. This arrangement by Gary Fagan is meant to bring the excitement of the march to all bands. Gary Fagan was born and raised in Frederick, Maryland. After graduating with his music degree in 1973 from Bridgewater College in Virginia, he received his master's and then went on to teach middle school in 1975. He has had over 35 compositions published, and some have been played at the White House. Please welcome our little powerhouse, John Jenks, to the podium to conduct Amparita Loca. Unlike a name like John Williams, Stephen Schwartz isn't as immediately recognizable to most people. However, he has written music for 5 generations for some of the biggest hit musicals: Pippin, Godspell, Wicked, to name 3, as well as Disney's Pocahontas, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Enchanted, and DreamWorks' The Prince of Egypt. Stephen Schwartz has earned 3 Grammys, 3 Oscars, and a Golden Globe, and he has been nominated for 6 Tony Awards. He grew up in New York City and attended Carnegie Mellon University, where he composed and directed an early version of Pippin called Pippin Pippin. With the second part of the movie coming out this fall, we thought a little reminder of the music magic you saw in the first movie would be a welcome reminder how good the second half of Wicked is going to be. This is Wicked, directed by Tom's much better half, Mary. Finally, a Sousa March. I know you've been waiting for a Sousa March. The March King, John Philip Sousa, now joins us with the Liberty Bell March. The march was written to commemorate his son's participation in a parade in Philadelphia, honoring the bell's return, as well as a large painting in Chicago. This is one of Sousa's most well-known marches. It has been played at many presidential inaugurations, as well as being used for the theme song to Monty Python's Flying Circus. While history has recorded that the bell was rung on July 4th, 1776, there's actually no evidence to support that, and it was first rung on July 8th, 1776, at the first public reading of the Declaration of Independence in Philadelphia. The last time the bell rang was on George Washington's birthday in 1846, when it cracked beyond repair. Nevertheless, the bell remains a symbol of our democracy, and long may it remain so. The bell reminds us we have toppled tyrants to grow from an idea to a great nation. Conducting the Liberty Bell March, here's Mike Van Pelt. come to an arrangement by our very own, he's leaving me, Mike Van Pelt. Am I not right?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Where are you going?
Running.
I thought he was leaving and I was on the wrong song. Mike plays that most wonderful, exotic, fun, and noble of instruments, the trombone, in the band, and he also takes a hand in conducting. The first arrangement, this arrangement is a compilation of many songs that are the Wisconsin State Dance. Do you know what that is? The polka. No, not just one, it's the whole polka, all of them. In 1993, the polka was officially named as Wisconsin State Dance after the second grade class from Charles Lindbergh Elementary School in Madison made the official request and was supported by several groups. Supporters documented the polka's heritage of our state and provided evidence that the polka is deeply ingrained in Wisconsin heritage. Here is Polka Time, conducted and arranged by our very own Mike Van Pelt, and I wish you could see his face when he conducts the things that he does. Feel free to dance or sing or do whatever you'd like with the polkas. Who's the tuba soloist, Mike? Yeah. Jim. Jim on tuba. We are missing a tuba player. You guys make noise and I don't know what you're doing. So I know you were just thinking to yourself, gosh, I wish there was another Sousa March. Seems how it's a band. But if I asked you what the national game of the United States was, what would be your answer? Baseball. It is still baseball, although not invented by Abner Doubleday. His name was associated with it after his death, and so history remembers him. Abner Doubleday, a major general for the Union during the Civil War, fired the first shot in the defense of Fort Sumter and had a pivotal role in the Battle of Gettysburg. But this isn't about Abner Doubleday. In 1925, John Philip Sousa accepted a commission from Judge Kennesaw Mountain Landis, the first baseball commissioner for the 50th anniversary of the league. Sousa was thrilled as he was the pitcher for the Sousa baseball team and a lover of the game. Sousa was said to be an excellent pitcher and started most games on the mound. He threw competitively until his skills waned with age. If baseball has a drawback, he wrote once, it is the early time of life in which the player is forced to retire and give way to younger blood. If you didn't recognize it at first, the title you would quickly know it's a Sousa March because of the highs, lows, dogfights, melodious woodwinds, and the brass airs. You will even hear the crack of the bat. This is directed by the other half of Tom and Mary, Tom. Did I say the better half?
Oh, no food today.
Have you noticed? Powerful music is our theme tonight. On February 3rd, 1943, the SS Dorchester, an American troop transport vessel, sank in the icy waters off the coast of Greenland, the victim of a German U-boat. Of the 904 men aboard, 605 were lost. Among those who perished were 4 Army chaplains, each of a different faith, each called to the same duty. The testimony of the survivors tells the story best. As overcrowded as the lifeboats capsized, as rafts drifted away empty and men milled around on the deck on the ragged edge of panic, the only fragment of hope came from these 4 men. And when the life jackets were gone, they gave away their own. As the survivors swam away, they remember the chaplains standing, their arms linked, braced against the slanting deck. They were praying. Words of prayer in Latin, Hebrew, and English, addressed to the same God. The Light Eternal, based on the well-known hymn, God of Our Fathers, is a reflective work that musically recounts this magnificent story. It should be noted that the 50th anniversary of the story of the 4 chaplains was commemorated on February 3rd, 1993, and a complete reprint of that moving story is in the June 1989 Reader's Digest. Please welcome the better half back again, Mary, conducting the Light Eternal.
Composed in 1954, Brighton Beach is a beautiful, majestic journey to Brighton Beach in England. Written by Louisiana native William P. Latham, Brighton Beach was his first work for wind bands, written the year he finished his doctoral studies. It was likely inspired by his service at Brighton Beach in World War II, where instead of being assigned to the band, as the Army wanted, he instead requested to be a fighting man, and his request was granted. Written to be performed at 126 to 132 beats, rather than the stately British tempo of 116 beats. I know you'll all be listening for this. This piece is performed at many different tempos, and our band, it says Tom is conducting this. You're not Tom. They're going to play it at what, 132?
Yeah, 45.
Right around there.
220, 221, whatever works.
Whatever works, 120 volts.
So it's time now for our veterans in the audience to stretch their legs
Normally this is conducted by our Tower of Power, Dan Radley, but he is having surgery, or he had surgery, and he is not here. So we wish him the very best, and we hope he recovers quickly. This is the United States Armed Forces Medley, arranged by Mike Van Pelt, playing that most noble of instruments. This collection of marches honors our veterans of each branch by playing their branch anthem. It was released in 1972 and used extensively in 1975 and 1976 for the bicentennial. It became a song later in its own right, and Semper Paratus, Always Ready, the U.S. Coast Guard anthem, was added. This version was first performed in 1990 during the first National Memorial Day concert on the lawn of the U.S. Capitol, and played for the first time by the National Symphony Orchestra. We ask that if you are able, please stand when your branch is played or raise your hand. Thank you all for your service. This is arranged by Mike. And the percussion will begin with a roll-off. thank you so much again for coming out to listen to the amazing band made up of volunteers. For the finale, stand if you wish, and help us by singing along to the Wisconsin State song on Wisconsin. Oh, we do need one brave soul to play cowbell. We're a little short on cowbell players. Oh, we have a volunteer, an Air Force guy. Woo! Remember, forward is our state motto. There it is. More cowbell.
Are those in tune?
If we could wake up the percussion section and they could start us off, that would be great.
Barry's got to get his sunglasses.
The judge is incognito. He's wearing sunglasses. Oh, sorry. Former judge. Thank you again. See you at the parade at 11:30 tomorrow morning.